This is like our first meeting. I
know.
don't even know who you are. I had no idea you sang.
I lead worship.
Tell me how that navigated with your parents and your pregnancy. And the reason I ask is my sister and I were raised by very spiritual people, very integral people. And Joy, my parents never had a birds and bees conversation with me. They didn't even know I was having sex till Topaz got here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so we had to have a real come to Jesus meeting. How did you navigate that with your parents?
We didn't have the birds and the bees talk either. My parents are old school, very strict, and they still don't play games at this age. I ain't gonna say my age, but at this age, I still be, I'll play with my parents now.
Right.
So it was hard to navigate that because when I told them, my mom is always very, what, Joy, no. It's real shocking. And so my dad is always the understanding. I love you. We're gonna do whatever we need to do. Like, he was very much he's the reason why my son is here. Wow. If he wouldn't have had that conversation with me over the phone that day, he probably wouldn't have been here, honestly. Because I wasn't ready. I was very scared.
But is he also the same one that put you off the choir?
No, I was working at another church.
Oh, you weren't at his church?
I stopped going to my parents' church like around right out of high school. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I had been going forever. And then church anniversaries on my birthday. So after high school, I was like, oh, I'm in college. I'm about to celebrate my birthday for the first time.
Right.
Because growing up as a pastor's kid, you're always in church. That is your whole life.
Yes.
And there is no balance. It's just Jesus, 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 Jesus. And not that that's bad either. It's just, at that age, you get curious. You want to know what else is out there. And then when you have friends who are out there,
oh yeah, you get a pass.
You be like, y'all doing what? And y'all ain't dead?
Listen, I remember the first time I ever cussed. I stopped because I thought lightning was getting ready to hit me.
Those type of
convictions. And I said, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Let me say something else.
Let me say something else.
Yeah, I thought he was going to strike me down right there. I say to a lot of people, those of us who were raised in church, learned church, but didn't know God. What was your God moment for you to say, wow, this thing is real?
I would say I stopped going to church for about 3 years. And in those 3 years of not actually going and worshiping and sitting amongst people, listening to pastors, honestly, I was like, I just want to know who God is outside of somebody telling me who he is.
Yes.
And so I went on my own spiritual journey, researching a lot of things. And one of the things that stuck with me was that it was his grace, the fact that he created me in his image, in his likeness. And it's kind of like, I can't be separate from that no matter what I do.
That's right.
And in church, it's a lot of, you can't. And instead of the grace of God and the love of God, because he's a loving father. And I don't think that's preached enough, because we do have rules. The rules are real strict, even just with money. You can't love money, and I love money.
Yes.
And money loves me. So it's kind of like I had to unlearn a few things so my life could be better. And coming out of the slavery mindset, the sheep.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're victorious. And once I learned that, my life became better. And then I was able to see myself in a light like, oh, okay, I'm forgiven.
How do you find that space? You are clearly an independent thinker. You think outside of the box.
Okay.
And church is so uniform. You got to dress this way, talk this way, act this way. And you don't follow the rules. I
follow the rules.
What rules?
God's rules.
You wearing sunglasses inside.
This is not, first of all, these are prescription.
No, they look great.
Thank you. These are prescription. I can't see.
Me neither.
So, but I just chose some tint because I saw Marvin Gaye. Anyway, I liked them, and I was like, "Ooh, I want those." But I feel like I follow the rules. I just follow the goodness part.
Yes.
I'm not in trouble.
Yes.
God's not mad at me for the things that I've done, and so I just live in that vein. With we gotta edit this.
No.
Not say that.
No, I got it.
Oh my God.
He's not mad at us.
He's not.
Yes.
I feel that's just how I feel.
Yes.
That forgiveness is for all of us, and the love of God is unconditional. And I feel like humans deal with conditions, and so I just don't live in those.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of people who share our testimony in terms of PK's finding your life journey, but a whole lot more who on the other side of it don't come to church. This is the largest demographic of young Black people who don't come to church, don't subscribe to any organized faith. What do you think the church is doing wrong that will help us capture those who are falling in between the net?
Deal with mental health a little more. See the person, because we've been preaching the Bible a long, long, long time. And I'm not saying I love all the stories in the Bible. I love what they stand for and how they help us navigate life today, right? And I feel like if we dealt with, say, Moses had a stutter and he was just like, why me? Why me? There's a ton of people who God has called to do things, and they're saying, I can't do that because I had a baby. And I feel like if we dealt with the mind of Christians more and put that in the forefront, a lot of people would stay. But if we're always condemning, I don't think that there's room for this newer generation who actually have a lot of information at their fingertips, things that keep their attention a little more. But I think if we dug into the hearts of people outside, just using the word to grab them in a different way.
Yeah, and I think that we are no longer dealing with transformation because that's a process. We just want an encounter or want a moment or a praise break, but not really walking through in discipleship. I just read, Joy, yesterday that Kanye West has launched Yeezy Porn after having given a full testimony that he had an addiction to porn. He left that addiction to porn, did a whole gospel album. Now, on the other side of it is doing a whole porn site to which he acknowledged was the area of his brokenness. While he's doing the gospel album, all of the preachers are around him. Everybody is taunting him, but nobody safeguarded that place. How do we really instill the full process of healing is beyond just that moment?
Making it a priority, I guess. Like even if it was just small groups, making sure that y'all have a place for them to go. If you're dealing with depression, this one is for you. If you're dealing with pornography, this class is for you. Yeah. Making things available for people who are actually dealing with situations. Even I thought it was dope. I don't know the name of this organization, but it was 24-hour prayer, right? And if it's 2:00 in the morning and you need to call, it's available, you know? Wow. It's just not, church has become to me, gotta watch my mouth. Church has become to me a business, right? Where we come to church, it's a time limit. They're gonna sing. We know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
But there's never this moment where I know if I came in sad that they're gonna speak directly to that. Yeah. It's just gonna say, God can heal your sadness. God can heal your broken heart. How?
Yeah. How? Give us the prescription.
And then when I leave, can I have practical things to do every day to make sure that my happiness is intact? My joy is there. If I'm laying in the bed, do I have a meditation or a prayer treatment that speaks directly to that thing?
Yes.
I just think it's important for the church to just be a little bit more open. But everything these days is witchcraft. And so it's hard to introduce new ways to the church, like just the conscious human parts of us.
No, that's very critical. You've talked about your physical health in terms of what it is that you take the areas for your body that you have to target, what is necessary to have that level of regimen. What is necessary with specificity in terms of the balance of our spiritual beings?
Eating well.
You think eating is spiritual?
Yes.
Eating is spiritual.
Food, yes.
No, not doing health with your spirit.
Yes.
What you eat impacts
yes.
that.
Yes.
Man, I am scared of the atheists I got in this studio.
What?
Oh, listen.
You think the disciples was walking around eating whatever they wanted?
No,
Okay,
but you saying what I eat is reflective
Yes.
of my discipline.
Yes, for sure.
You got to unpack that.
So if you're eating, like say for instance, I'm a A blood type.
Yes.
Okay. If you know your blood type, eat for it. Because it's almost like God gave us these bodies.
Yeah.
If we say I'm a vessel used for, he uses me in all these ways. You can't live a blessed life if you're putting toxins in your body.
My Lord.
Like how's that even? I'm saying, if I know for a fact I can't have corn, but I'm sitting here eating corn every day.
Yeah.
Like that's outside of.
And corn is also Doritos.
You can't have tortillas. You can't. Oh my God. All I'm saying is if you know you can't have red meat, stop eating it. You'll live longer. Your organs will work better. All of that. So.
Yeah, I've just.
But food is a spiritual practice. Why you pray over it before you put it in your mouth?
Yes, but I never looked at it as me getting waffles fries from Chick-fil-A is an endangerment to me.
Yeah, I can't have potatoes. So if I get sick, then what happens to your spirit?
Wow.
I'm saying.
You don't eat any potatoes.
Now I will eat some potatoes. I'm not supposed to have them.
Okay.
So I recommend to my clients 90 days, eat for your blood type 100%. And then you'll see that the channel becomes clear. You're lighter. You wake up on time. Your attention is keen, and you can exercise.
Yeah.
You start slimming down. Because we weren't. Yeah, it's all about knowing whose vessel you are.
Yeah. Now you said your clients.
Yes, I'm a life coach.
You're a life coach.
Well, I call it soul coach now. I
Okay.
changed it, yeah.
Tell me the difference between the two.
Because life coach, everybody does it. You can call a life coach and they'll say, do this, do this, do this. But a soul coach, I kind of like to go in the inward parts of a person, like the real stuff.
Yeah. So then what is the soul? I want you to soul coach me.
We're not doing it.
No, I'm saying